Alright, I want you to do something with me right now. Take a moment. Close your eyes. Well, not if you're driving, but you get the idea. Travel back 5 years in your mind. Remember that version of yourself. Younger, probably more uncertain, carrying dreams that felt almost too heavy to hold. Remember how some goals seemed like distant stars, too far to reach, too bright to touch. Now, open your eyes and look at your life today. Notice how many of those stars now light your everyday path. Maybe not all of them, maybe not exactly how you pictured, but I bet there are some dreams you're straight up living right now that used to keep you up late at night, wondering if they ever happen. You know what's crazy about human being? We're so damn quick to dismiss our progress. We're always reaching for the next horizon before we even acknowledge the mountains we've already climbed. It's like we have this weird blind spot when it comes to our own growth. Think about it. We live in our daily moments so intimately that we become blind to our own transformation. It's like watching a kid grow. If you see them every day, you barely notice the changes. But then some relatives visit after a year and they're like, wow, you've grown so much. That's your life. But you're too close to see it. Those career milestones you've hit, the relationships you built, the personal growth you've achieved, they become your new normal. But there was a time when these very things kept you awake at night, wondering if they would ever become reality. You normalized your own achievements to the point where you don't even see them as special anymore. But they are. They absolutely are. Let me tell you something that may blow your mind. Your younger self would stand in awe of who you are today. No joke. That person from 5 years ago would be absolutely floored by some of the things you do on autopilot now. They would marvel at how you navigate challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Remember how scared you were of that first job interview, that difficult conversation, that leap of faith. Now, look at you, handling that stuff like it's nothing. Your younger self would be proud of the resilience you've developed, the wisdom you've gained, and the person you've become. Those quote-unquote ordinary achievements, the job you now have, the home you've made, the relationships you've nurtured, were once extraordinary dreams. Your everyday life is living proof that dreams do come true, even if their manifestation looks different than you initially imagined. I mean, think about it. Remember when you thought making a certain amount of money was impossible? Or when you couldn't imagine yourself being confident enough to speak up in meetings? Or when you wondered if you ever figure out how to balance work and personal life? You're doing things now that used to seem like they belonged to some other, more capable version of yourself. But here's the thing, that more capable person is you. It's been you all along. As you look toward your future goals, let this reflection serve as both comfort and motivation. The same way you've surpassed your past dreams, you'll grow into your current ones. Those 40-year-old goals that seem daunting now, they're no more impossible than your 20-year-old goals once were. You've already proven to yourself that with time, persistence, and growth, seemingly impossible dreams become reality. You've done it before, multiple times. Each time thinking, this is the big one. Each time conquering it, and each time setting the bar higher. That thing you're worried about right now, that goal that seems so far away, that challenge that feels so overwhelming. Yeah, there's future version of you that's already handled it and moved on to bigger things. How do I know? Because that's exactly what you've been doing your whole life so far. Now, let's get real for a second. Progress isn't always linear, and success doesn't always look like we imagined. Sometimes we take detours, sometimes we hit roadblocks, sometimes we discover entirely new paths we never knew existed. But when you pause to connect the dots backward, you see a path of continuous growth, of dreams realized and obstacles overcome. It may not be a straight line, but it's definitely moving forward. Maybe you didn't get exactly the job you wanted, but you got the one that taught you skills you never knew you needed. Maybe that relationship didn't work out, but it showed you what you really value in a partner. Maybe that business venture failed, but it gave you experience that's invaluable in what you're doing now. Life isn't about perfect execution of a perfect plan. It's about adaptation, growth, and making the most of each twist and turn. And looking back, I bet you can see even how the setbacks contributed to who you are today. Those weren't failures. They were redirections. They weren't dead ends. They were detours that ultimately led you to better destinations. So yes, keep pushing forward. Keep dreaming bigger. But don't forget to honor how far you've come. Your journey isn't just about reaching the destination. It's about acknowledging every step that brought you here and celebrating the person you're becoming along the way. Take pride in your progress. Celebrate your growth. And most importantly, let your past achievements fuel your faith in future possibilities. You've done it before, and you'll do it again. Your younger self believed in you, and they were right all along. Here's the deal. You've been silently crushing it for years now, and you barely give yourself credit. Take a minute to high-five yourself for how far you've come. That same person who figured out how to get from there to here is the same badass who's going to conquer what's next. So yeah, keep pushing forward and dreaming big. But stop once in a while to look back and say, well shit, I actually did that. Because you did. And you'll do it again. The next time you feel overwhelmed by a goal or dream, remember to look back at how far you've come. Use your past as evidence of what you're capable of. You've already proven you can transform dreams into reality. You've already shown you have what it takes to evolve and grow. You're capable than you give yourself credit for. You're stronger than you know. And your journey so far is just the beginning of what you'll achieve. Before we wrap up today, I want you to do something. Take out your phone, open your notes app, and write out 3 things you've accomplished in the last few years that would make your younger self proud. Keep that note handy for those days when you need a reminder of your own power. And if you're feeling brave, share one of those achievements in the comments. Let's celebrate each other's growth together, shall we?